Hi, I'm Kim Sleno and I am a retired accountant and a professional photographer. So for me, my eyes are everything. And I also live with an autoimmune disease, and I have for over 15 years, and taking prednisone to keep the inflammation at bay. So many of us that take prednisone that live with an autoimmune disease, we call prednisone the devil's tic-tac or tic-tacs, because it's like this little pill that gets rid of the inflammation, it gets rid of the pain, but it also has some very serious side effects. And one of them, for many of us that take prednisone, it is dry eyes, crusty eyes in the morning, goopy eyes. So I went to an ophthalmologist about 14 years ago because the eyes were so bad, and he recommended, I had blepharitis, and he recommended that I wash my eyes twice a day with baby shampoo. And I have been doing that regularly for 14 years, twice a day, morning and the evening before going to bed. And it works like a charm. It's inexpensive. I also do use eye drops for dry eyes, and that just helps keep them lubricated and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a short video of exactly what I do morning and evening with the shampoo. And I hope this helps you immensely because it's a very inexpensive hack. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, I'm an accountant and a professional photographer, and I need my eyes, and this is something that works really well. Hi, it's Kim. What I'm going to do is show you how I clean my eyes. Number one, I'm going to show with the baby shampoo, and the second thing I'm going to show you is how I get boogers out, and I have one right now, so I'm going to start with that. Number one is make sure your hands are really clean before you start. So soap and water, and work with that. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I do for cleaning out what I call boogers. I have lots of cats, as you can see one in the background here, so I'm constantly getting cat hairs in my eyes, and with prednisone and the dry eyes, it really affects it. So I keep Q-tips in a container like this to make sure it's really clean. So we've got a Q-tip, and this particular, you can use any type of eye cleaner that you want. This particular one is called Splash. So I open this up, and with the clean end here, I put a few drops on the Q-tip so I can get the actual booger out of there. So I will show you how to do this. Okay, this is difficult to do without having a mirror. So what I do, I've got the wetted down end, and I take this and I can slowly pull down the eye and get out the booger, which is on the end there. Nope, I didn't get it. There we go, gone. So that's what I do for cleaning it, and then this Q-tip will be throwing out. So when I'm cleaning my eyes out, I do this morning and I do it in the evening. I usually have the water running just because I like to have nice warm water there. I also have a face cloth that it's clean, and I run it under the water to make sure it's nice and wet. Now, I am using Johnson's baby shampoo, but any baby shampoo will work. I choose ones that do not have smells like apple or peach or whatever. I use a drop. So I'm literally using one tiny squirt. You can barely see it on my hand. So I take my other hand, and I'm running it under the hot water, the warm water, and I'm rubbing my hands well together, so it's diluting it a lot. And then what I'm doing is I'm pulling my eye down, and I'm getting into the actual eye, and I'm rubbing it in there. And I do that on both eyes. Sometimes I'll add a little bit more water. And again, I'm just rubbing my fingers in there, and I'm rubbing my fingers over my eyelashes because that's where the crust ends up happening. And I'm rubbing very softly because any crust and stuff, I don't want them getting into my eye, and I want them softening up. So again, I'm rubbing my hands underneath the water. Now I take my clean face cloth and with lots of water in it, and I'm pulling the lower lid down and I'm wiping it inside to get everything out. Rinse it off and pat dry my face with the face cloth. I don't do anything else other than that. About 5 or 10 minutes later, I will add some drops. I use dry eye drops. I use different kinds. It depends on what I purchased at the time. Right now I've been using cysteine, and I'll show you a couple of those in the comments afterwards. Thanks so much. Hope this helps. That I've been using, the Splash Tears is what I use for cleaning the eyes. The cysteine, these are different products that I buy when I'm because I live in Mexico, so it's written in Spanish. When I'm in Canada, I also purchase a cysteine ointment, and when my eyes are really bad, I'll rub that in the eyes just before going to bed. Hope this helps.